Britain. 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They are a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
100 mile an hour exactly.
Oh no. I'm here to help you, mate. I
Well, asking you for help or something.
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a major crash involving a motorcycle. A 16-year-old collapses in a supermarket.
He just went down.
And cops crack down on dangerous drivers. Early afternoon, Birmingham, and there's a 999. A man is unconscious. On call, Mark Hayes.
We've got a man on a towpath. Query what's going on, query whether it's an overdose.
Mark is racing to the scene on his Yamaha FJR 1300. Top speed 145. The Birmingham biker paramedics carry everything an ambulance carries, and they're trained to deal with anything. To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike, so we arrive at the scene the second they do. There are 100 miles of canals in the city, more than in Venice. Mark's not entirely sure which towpath the man is on. All he knows is that it's near City Hospital, 3 miles away. 4 minutes later, he stops to check at a bridge. There's no one in sight. But some people further down the towpath are desperately trying to get Mark's attention.
Hello.
He was just about to roll into the water. He was rolling into
All right.
the canal, you see, so we were very worried.
Say again, sorry. Hello there. It's all right, nice and still. How we doing, mate? You all right? It's all right, just stay nice and still. Speak English? Yeah?
No one knows how long the man's been lying there. He's dazed and confused, and it's going to be hard for Mark to find out what's happened, especially when the man might not speak much English.
No English?
Mark checks the man over, but finds no blood or obvious signs of injury.
So you literally just saw him rolling around on the towpath?
Well, what happened? We were just coming down, there's that couple here.
It's okay, stay there.
And they were trying to, he was rolling around, but he was right here, when we were passing, right here with his leg over.
Okay.
And they couldn't leave him, so we backed because they wanted a phone.
Just bear with me a second. 201. Thank you. Have we got a vehicle at all, please? At this stage, if we can have it as an A-cut, purely because I'm a bit unsure as to what we're dealing with, but this gentleman's right on the towpath, rolling around. Members of the public have stopped him going in the canal already, so as soon as possible, please.
By the time we arrived here, he was actually over the actual path itself, away from the edge. But the way that he kept rolling, it was almost as if he was unaware that there was a danger here, and he could quite easily have rolled in.
Mark suspects this man has had a seizure.
He seems, I don't know if there's a language barrier, he seems somewhat confused. Check for Medi alerts to see whether he's possibly diabetic or any epilepsy. There's nothing obvious. We're limited to what we can do at the side of the towpath because it's now starting to rain. I don't really want to strip him off, he's already a bit damp. My main concern is that we just get him off the towpath so he doesn't cause himself any harm or anybody else.
The man's agitation is a classic after effect of a seizure.
So just stay nice and still.
The Good Samaritans head on their way, just as the ambulance crew arrive.
Pop your tongue out for me. I'm not doing it to you. Pop your tongue out.
Pop your tongue out. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're all
Okay.
right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
We've managed to get him to pop his tongue out. One of the classic things during a fit is they bite the tongue. He got a bit of dry blood on his lips, which, as I first suspected post-ictal, which is a state following a fit, which it all ties in basically.
Take you to the hospital.
No, it's alright.
Get you checked over by the doctor.
Alright.
You nearly fell in the canal.
No,
Come on, up.
are
There you go.
oh, no, alright.
It's okay. No, keep still. You must keep still, because we'll all go swimming otherwise.
For you, please.
It's okay. He's going to vomit.
What's it?
Over towards Steve.
Really, vomit.
Okay. If you're going to be sick, over the side.
I just vomit 1 minute.
Okay, just
I
relax.
vomit.
Okay. No. Don't put your fingers down your throat.
I vomit.
Don't put your fingers down your throat.
I vomit.
It's okay. Just relax.
I sleeping. Are you sir?
Listen.
Vomit.
No. Don't put your fingers down your throat.
I sir.
No, just relax.
Are you?
Getting him to the ambulance is going to take some doing.
Keep still. You all right? Do you want to swap over?
If we can, that'd be great.
1, 2, 3, lift.
Okay,
1 in 20 people will have a seizure during their lives. Mark has no way of knowing if this man's just suffered his first or has a history of them.
Push back. Push. Push back. That's it.
Keep still. Keep still. No.
Water, please.
Keep still.
No.
I think what I'll do is I'll travel with you.
Okay.
Right, because he's thrashing about. We're only across the road anyway, but nightmare job. Because of his agitated state, he keeps waving his arms about and seems to go off on one a bit. It's far safer for an extra pair of hands, although there's no treatment that I'm going to do. It's purely for the safety of him and obviously the crew's safety numbers. I'll go and hand over. So.
At the hospital, the doctors will get to the bottom of what's up with Mark's patient and find out who he is.
grab his bag so we get back.
For Mark, this call was a tough one.
It was a bit of a struggle. A member of the crew got the back of the chair, probably made it halfway, and he needed to stop. I mean, it was exhausting. And then I continued the rest of the way at the back of the chair. And it is physically demanding. And yeah, people don't realise that. I know I looked physically fit and all the rest of it, but it did take its toll.
8:30 on a busy weekday morning. Birmingham is crowded with commuters and a woman's fallen at a bus stop. On call, biker paramedic Steve Harris.
212 details received.
Holed up in the heart of Birmingham, he can go where a normal ambulance can't, weaving his way through pedestrians to be the first on scene in just seconds.
Just slipped over, tripped her head. I think she's got a lump on the front of her head, but her nose is bleeding as well.
Okay.
Said that her legs hurt, but I don't know if that's just before.
Ooh. Hello. Hello.
All right.
All right. First thing, I'm Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
Christine was running for the bus when she caught her heel in the pavement. As she fell, she hit her head on the bus stop.
Let me just have a quick feel. You tell me if any of this hurts.
Steve's worried about possible damage to her neck and spine.
No pains along that there. Any pins and needles or tingling? The one you're lying on. Big deep breath for me. Hand out. Does that cause you any problems across the chest? No? I've seen you move this arm. Move this leg for me. Okay. Right, what we're going to do, get you a bit more comfortable. All right, so if we just roll it, please. Oh. Okay. Let's take that out of the way. You want to slip that inside one of the bags? Right. Can I have a look? Has it stopped bleeding? Okay. You feeling sick, lightheaded?
A bit lightheaded.
If you want to lie back down, we can do.
As well as a bloody nose, Christine's got a bump on her forehead, which Steve must check.
You are going to need to get a hospital bed. All right. You've got quite a lump on your forehead. So we need to get an ambulance and we'll get that. Pop your finger in there. Apart from what's happened to you today, are you normally fit and well?
I am normally fit and well, but I had an accident on the bus just on the 13th of October and I bruised all on my thigh.
Right, got you. So this is number 2.
The pavement there, it's where I caught my heel in there and I just
Just went flying. Yeah. So this is number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to prove that it's always in 3s, you know.
I don't know. I think I broke my nose. I think I broke my nose.
Let me have a look. Straight at me. It doesn't look particularly broken. You've got swelling across the top, and obviously you've had the nosebleed and the lump on the forehead. All right. Okay, it's all over now. These things happen, don't they? There's no confusion. She remembers everything that happened. However, she is becoming quite emotional about it, and you know, it's obviously upsetting for her.
Christine's injuries seem minor, but Steve wants her checked over at the hospital to be on the safe side.
Problem with falling like that and hitting the head, worst case scenario, you could have a fractured skull. All the best, Christine. All right. A nosebleed can be significant. You can lose up to 1 litre of blood a minute. And what you have to remember is the blood that you see is not the only blood loss. Whatever's coming out the front of the nose, you may also be bleeding at the back of the nose. Fatalities through nosebleed are very, very rare, but the blood loss itself can be significant.
Early morning at Essex Biker Cops HQ. Today's job, targeting the drivers of Clacton-on-Sea. On patrol, PC Martin Ackers. On his BMW R1200 RT, top speed 140, it's a quick 35-mile spin to Clacton on the Sunshine Coast. But en route, our eagle-eyed biker cop spots a lorry driver on a mobile.
Thanks very much for stopping. Mobile telephones. All right. OK, you didn't have it to your ear, but any use of the mobile telephone whilst driving, you know you're not allowed to do. Okay. All right.
Martin gives him a £60 fine and 3 points. Mobile phones are lethal, and lorry and van drivers are more likely to use them than car drivers. Reactions are 50 times slower, and drivers are 4 times more likely to have an accident. In the middle of Clacton town centre, a lorry is flagged down by other officers for Martin to check.
Anyway, you enjoy your day. Okay, mate. Cheers now. See ya. That was pulled over for a signal that it had a driver not wearing a seatbelt. However, vehicle of that age, it doesn't have one fitted. So that's the difference between people on traffic and who aren't.
It's not compulsory for HGVs built before 2001 to have seatbelts, so no ticket needed. With business slow in the centre of town, Martin gets back on the bike and on the hunt. On the outskirts of town, a Jeep has been picked up by police cameras. Martin is straight on his tail.
Hello there, I'd like to come and join us on the pavement for a second. Is the motor vehicle your own, sir?
Yes, it is.
How long have you had that one for, very roughly? Very roughly.
I can't think now.
Year, 2 years,
Oh,
months,
no.
weeks?
Year and a bit, something like
Year and a bit. Right, okay.
Yeah.
What insurance are you on the vehicle?
A trader's insurance.
A trader's?
I've got a copy with me.
Yeah, if you've got
Did it-
that, can I have a
did it
look?
come up on the
Yeah,
computer?
yeah, it does. Yep.
Still carry a copy.
Right.
Because I know sometimes they don't come up on the...
Yeah, which it hasn't.
That's a copy.
So how much do you pay for this one a year then?
It's about £370-something on me and the
Not
wife.
bad, is it? Just takes down some details, do a very quick check, and then we'll get you on your way. We'll just get some paperwork, 2 seconds. I'll just give them a very quick call, make sure it's all in order.
Certainly.
All right, because obviously we do sometimes get, not saying that you are,
Yeah, that is a photocopy as well.
but people do obviously get their certificates through and then cancel the policies just to
No,
make
that's
sure.
fine.
I'm sure you will be.
Only 2 days ago anyway, the instalment, so...
As usual, get put in a waiting queue, so I have to wait like everyone else. Don't get any privileges.
No problem. Because I drive on a trader's insurance, I buy and sell the odd car as well. This vehicle I use for my work. I'm an auto-electrician. I should have notified really the insurance company this is a regular vehicle that I use. Obviously I'm legally covered, but it helps. So I was stopped because it wasn't on a database. So it came up as uninsured. But I always carry a copy of the policy, just in case.
It's well worth getting that put on your insurance company. It saves you the hassle of being pulled over, especially if you're on a rush job.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit late, but...
Well, there you go.
Only 10 minutes.
Classic example. All right then. Okay, watch out you go.
Thank you.
Ta-ra now. See you, matey.
Martin sets this man on his way and heads to a quiet side road to park up and watch passing motorists. And after just a few minutes, he spots yet another driver on a mobile phone.
Hello. You all right?
Yeah, I know.
Little bit obvious, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, just stand on the pavement in case somebody comes a bit close. Okay, mobile phones. All right. Ain't going to preach to you about it.
Yeah,
All right, simply going to say you're going to be reported using the phone whilst driving this vehicle along. I think it's Jaywick Lane, isn't it? Now, was your phone call to the emergency services?
No.
No. Incoming call or an outgoing one?
Outgoing call.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Have you got your licence on yourself today?
No, I ain't.
Haven't you got any means of ID? Something I don't know, along the lines of bank card
Believe
or
it or
something?
not, I was looking for my wallet just a minute ago, and I've looked up and down. But you can check me out.
No, fair enough.
I can't believe I've got a totally clean licence as well.
Right, okay. Yeah, it holds 3 points, I'm afraid, as you're probably well aware of, and a £60 within 28 days. Yeah, I'm afraid. Car belonged to yourself?
My missus.
Your missus, £60 within 28 days. All right?
Yeah, one of them days, eh?
It happens, I'm afraid. Happens too often for us. All right, just try and stay off the
Pushing up
phone.
the revenue, aren't they? Yeah. The Treasury needs it.
Sounds like it at the moment, doesn't it? All right then, matey. Watch how you go. All right.
But a bit of a bummer, isn't it? It happens. That's life.
Despite the dangers, the number of drivers using mobile phones increases every year.
I'm hearing the same excuses again and again and again. It's just frustrating, I think, really, is the word, frustration. The message, I don't know why, the message cannot get across to some people. Don't use the phone whilst driving. They will not learn. Perhaps they think they can get away with it. But one day you're going to get caught, aren't you? If not by us, then caught out in a road situation, yeah.
In the centre of Birmingham, the biker paramedics have a rare break in their 12-hour shift, and they're taking the opportunity to grab some lunch.
Steve's buying lunch, so there's an expensive sandwich shop round here.
It's very expensive.
And as he's got no mortgage, he's offered to buy lunch, which done decent.
I don't remember offering it.
I would suggest that the diet for a lot of the emergency services is quite poor with shift work. So you grab what you can when you can. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Oh, these amazing sandwiches and cakes.
Sandwiches are great. They're lovely, aren't they?
It takes a lot of hard work to get figures like this, you know, and we've got to keep it up after so many years of working hard. If I have one of each, do I get a discount? No, that's fair enough then. I'll have the chocolate, please.
I'll buy you a pudding.
Oh, thank you. Thank Thanks, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you, bye.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Right, there's not much left, I'm afraid. He's had it all.
The biker paramedics are so busy, answering up to 20 calls per day, that they rarely get a chance to finish their lunch. And today is no exception. A 999 call is coming in. A teenager is having a seizure. He's collapsed in the aisle of a supermarket 2 miles away. Once on the open road, Steve can hit the throttle. The 2-mile journey takes him just 3 minutes. Steve arrives just after an ambulance crew. He's the highest-ranking medic there and takes charge.
Hiya.
16-year-old Mark was shopping with his mum and suddenly crashed to the floor.
Just going to do your temperature. All right. Sats 99, heart rate 74, temperature 36.8.
Steve's first concern is to find out Mark's history, to try to work out the cause of the seizure.
Last fit was about 5 weeks ago, but he does have regular fits, and when he tends to have one fit, he can sometimes have 3 fits in a row.
Okay.
This time he's only had one.
You've just had the one up to now?
Up to now. Me complained of pain,
Yep.
and then it just went down,
Yeah.
and it sort of blanked out.
So what you saw earlier, that's nothing different about this particular time?
He can be walking 1 minute and talking, then
Mark has a history of multiple seizures, so Steve's keen to get him into an ambulance where they can give him drugs to control any more fits.
How you doing, mate? All right. You hurt yourself? What? No? No pains? Nothing different? Okay.
It will also give Steve a chance to run some more tests.
What we're going to do, Mark, we're going to get our bed in, pop you on the bed, and we can get you off the floor, pop you in the ambulance, and it's locked, it's away, it's private, there's nobody looking at you, and then we can do some tests and that, all right, and see how you feel. Does he have convulsions?
no, it just
It's like an absence.
Yes,
Yeah.
similar to going into coma, there's no response or nothing.
Yeah. And how long does that last normally?
Sometimes it's been like 5 minutes, but the one now today was just a couple of seconds.
Okay.
It was the quickest one.
All right.
Okay, can we try sitting up there?
Nice and gentle.
The causes of epilepsy are not fully understood. Childhood infections are one possibility. Mark's mum thinks this might be what triggered his condition.
I mean, when he was about 3 months, he had whoop cough, so we just wonder if that's brought these on now. It's very disturbing because when he has them, it's like he's in a coma, there's no response from him. You know, so we're very worried every time he has it. We just want things right.
I'm the only paramedic on scene, so in view of this, I'm going to travel with this patient to the local hospital, and then should anything occur en route, then I can deal with it and treat it on the way. Do you suffer with anything else? Any other problems?
Epilepsy is notoriously difficult to control. With so many factors involved in the onset of the condition and so many triggers for seizures, finding the right cocktail of drugs can take years and may never be fully successful. In hospital, the doctors will try to work out what's causing his epilepsy. It's 8 o'clock on a rainy Monday morning in Birmingham. Steve's tucking into his breakfast, but he's about to have yet another meal interrupted.
212 details received, thank you. Just had reports of an RTC supposedly between a car and a motorcycle on the Aston Expressway, one of our main routes in and out of the city. The weather is atrocious, it really is. There's heavy rain, it's strong winds. Visibility is not very good, it's not pleasant at the moment.
High winds and torrential rain are a biker's worst nightmare. Steve makes his way as fast as he dares. He reaches the incident in 3 minutes. The rush hour traffic is building up on this main route, but up ahead, Steve can see a stationary car and a damaged bike. He's first on scene. A car has piled into the back of a motorcycle, launching the rider up into the air. But on this occasion, the bikers had a very lucky escape.
I just started to really slow down. The next thing I knew, I'm staring up in the sky. I didn't even know what had happened. I just felt this huge bang, and that was the end of it. I'm lucky that I'm standing up and talking to you.
I quite agree.
She's given me a right bang. The expressway was running slow, and I've started to brake up because there was a car in front of me braking. And the next thing I knew, I'd been hit, and I was on my back. That's all I can remember. The bike's pretty smashed. I suppose really I'm lucky to be in the position I am. The bike is totally wrecked.
I think the subframe's got, but I mean, if you look where the hangers are, he's very lucky, isn't he?
He's built to bounce like us. Lucky man.
Oh, it's very lucky. Okay. Yeah. Regarding the weather, I have to say the only reason that I'm on a bike today is because I have to be. This is what I do, this is my job. There's no way that I would voluntarily choose to come out on a bike. But obviously some people, this guy, he's on his way to work. This is his transport to get to work and back. It's always quite sad to see a fellow biker having problems, being involved in an accident. This guy's very lucky. He's come out with a few bumps and bruises and a twinge. It could have been so much worse. I know this is a generalisation, but car drivers tend to ignore bikes to a certain extent. They're sat in their nice comfy seat, they're in the warm, the radio's going. They have no real appreciation of the problems two-wheelers have, and that's whether it be a bicycle or a motorcycle.
Motorcyclists are 40 times more likely to be killed on the roads than car drivers. This incident could have turned out very differently. In Essex, motorbike cop PC John Harmon is on patrol. John's covering the busy roads around the Lakeside shopping centre. His watchful eyes on the lookout for lawbreakers. The motorbike cops sit higher in the traffic than other vehicles. This gives them a huge advantage over their patrol car colleagues when it comes to spotting dangerous drivers. And John has seen something wrong with the van in front of him.
Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping. The only reason I want to talk to you is just about your windscreen. What happened?
Something from the outside, it was on the motorway.
Okay, and when was that?
This week. Early week, booked in next week.
Okay, so really no major arrangements to get repaired.
First call windscreen sitting.
Do you have your driving licence with you today, please? Anything on you? Any works ID? Is that? No. Nothing at all? No. Okay, is it?
Business card?
Yeah, if they've got your details on there. Well, this gentleman here, you can see we've just stopped. He's got quite a nasty crack on the near side of his windscreen there, like a spidery web effect, and he's starting to go across the screen as well. That's a concern because firstly it's in the swept area of the windscreen, which is where you can't have any cracks. And secondly, bear in mind the weather at the moment. This morning it was quite frosty. Today it's warmed up again. The constant change between being hot and cold could cause those cracks to expand, and it could go right across his view.
Cracked and smashed windscreens are often ignored by drivers, but cracks in the main part of the windscreen are illegal and need to be fixed. If the crack is right in the driver's eye line, the police will take your car off the road.
What we're going to do is issue him with what we call a vehicle defect form. That gives him 14 days in which to effect and repair, provided he does that. And to be fair to the gentleman, he's already said that he's arranged for it to be replaced next week. As long as he does that within the 2 weeks we give him, then that's the end of the matter. There you go.
This man's not going to be getting a fine. And he does find some common ground with PC Harmon.
I'm a biker anyway, so...
Good man. Did you ride in today? I don't blame you, nor did I.
I've got a Harley and only use it in the summer.
Too much chrome to clean.
I don't do cold weather.
It's strange that we share the same surname as well.
Oh, you're a Harmon and all?
I am.
Oh, there's not many of us.
Well, we've both met another one today, haven't we?
Harriet.
That's
Harmon.
right, true.
And there was a Harmon MP, it was a Harmon Lord Mayor of London not long ago, about 10, 12 years ago.
If I could just have a signature there, please. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye. He says he owns a Harley. I get the impression because of the weather's now changing, he won't be out on that again until the new year, new season next spring. But then, in fairness to him, I want to polish all that chrome and keep it nice and clean. And there is like a kind of a camaraderie-ship, if I can use that term, between us. And it's nice to stop and talk to somebody. And you find out they're another biker, and you find out where they've been, places you've been, and it just sort of cascades from there, really.
Birmingham. It's 6:30 in the evening when a call comes in. Paramedic Steve is on his way. A man's been spotted slumped in a bus shelter on Broad Street, one of the busiest routes through the city centre. With temperatures plummeting after dark, Steve must reach him fast and find out what's wrong. The rush hour traffic's clogging the streets, and in emergency situations like this, Steve can leave the tarmac behind and take to the pavement. He reaches the scene in just 3.5 minutes.
Hiya. Nobody here need ambulance? How is him? Hello there. Somebody has phoned for an emergency ambulance.
So, can I go home then?
I don't know. What's wrong with you?
No, I'll go. I'll go home, right?
Yeah. How do you feel?
I'm feeling all right.
All right. Have you had a drink?
I had a drink.
Yeah. A little drink or a big drink?
I had a drink. Right?
You've had a drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you fallen on the floor at all?
No.
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 No. Right. So, someone has phoned 999 because they're worried about you.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you can take me home then?
No, I'm not going to take you home. I'm an ambulance man who's come out for an emergency call.
So you can
Do you
take me
need
home?
No. No. Taxis take people home, ambulances don't.
No.
Where have you got to go to?
I have got my...
Are all those your bags?
Yes.
It is mine.
Those aren't his?
Yeah, it is for me. Not for him.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Chap, those aren't your bags. They're his bags.
Hang on.
No, those are not your bags. They're his bags.
Who's taken all my wife?
Eh?
Who's taken all my vigor?
I don't know.
Where are all my things gone?
There are no things here, so I don't know.
Where are all the
If you hadn't have had such a big drink, then you'd know what was happening.
And they're taken off. They're taken there, yeah?
I don't know. I can't answer that. 212, I'm with this patient. He doesn't need hospital treatment. He's intoxicated. However, he's not really safe to be left. Could I ask police to attend over?
But the man still thinks he can make it home on his own.
I can go on the bus.
Yeah, but you're not very steady, are you? What if you fall over?
You take me.
I've explained on 3-4 occasions. How am I going to take
What
you?
is the police for?
I don't know what the police is for. Where's the police?
Yeah.
Where?
Why you
I am not police.
Oh.
I am not police.
Oh, who are you then?
Ambulance.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Take me home, please.
No, I'm not taking you home. I can't take you home. I have a motorbike. You're right.
The first responder to Steve's call for help is a street steward.
Passers-by have noticed him in the bus shelter. He's very unsteady. He admits to it.
Take me home, please.
Yeah, I've explained that I can't take you home. There's no reason for him to go to hospital.
Right, okay.
He's got his wife at home waiting for him, and he said he'll pay for a taxi.
Right,
but I've got no way of getting a taxi here.
No problem, I'll sort that out.
Yeah, I mean he's fairly okay on his feet, but I was unhappy about putting him on a bus. You know,
Yeah,
and he's got the money to pay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave this
get a
with
taxi
you.
for him. Hello, could I order a taxi, please? My name's Anita. I'm one of the street wardens on Broad Street. How long would it be? Oh, excellent. Thank you. 5 minutes.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Problem.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
Okay. This is not what the ambulance service is here for. This isn't part of our role. This isn't part of our job. It's not what we're here for. And it's just one more 999 call that's where the ambulance service wasn't required. The amount of calls that we get, I believe it's only about 10% of 999 calls to the ambulance service are what we would consider genuine, life-threatening A-category calls, and those are the calls that we're actually here for.
It's a busy Saturday afternoon. The streets of Birmingham are crowded with shoppers. A call's coming in. Mark is needed at one of the largest stores on the edge of the city centre.
It's a job at the car park at Tesco's at 5 Ways. A bit unsure as to what's going on at the moment.
The supermarket is just over 2 miles away. Mark covers the distance in 3 minutes. The car park is a multi-storey, and Mark's been told the incident is on the 2nd floor. A lady who was waiting in the car for her daughter has had a panic attack, and she's asthmatic. A potentially lethal combination.
What's your first name, my love?
Miranda.
Miranda. OK, my name's Mark. We're going to make sure you're OK. All right.
I am really.
You seem a bit short of breath to me. So, is it purely from what's gone on in the car?
Because I panicked.
Right, OK.
The windows are locked and I couldn't get any air.
Yeah, right, OK. Let's pop this on your finger. We're going to have a little listen to your chest. And I think, by the sounds of it, we're going to be giving you a nebuliser as well. Because you sound a bit...
I don't need it.
I think you do. Oh, right, OK. You're going to be stubborn then, huh?
I'm always stubborn.
You're always stubborn. Show me a woman that isn't.
I know.
How long was you a nurse for?
Only 50 years.
Only 50? Part-time then?
That made me 25.
Well, your oxygen saturation's a bit on the low side at the moment, yeah?
Normal blood oxygen levels should be 98 or 99%. Miranda's is down to 83. Anything below 85 is a serious problem.
Right, gonna have a little listen to your chest, all right? So apart from asthma, do you suffer with anything else?
I have blood pressure.
Okay.
But that's controlled.
Okay. Take some deep breaths for me, please. In and out.
Mark checks for any rasping or crackling in Miranda's lungs.
Okay. Lean forward.
1 in 12 adults in the UK suffer from asthma. There's no cure, but symptoms can be controlled by inhaling drugs that ease breathing.
Okay, you need a nebuliser. All right. You're wheezing away there. How young are you?
Only 75.
Only 75.
That's all.
That's all, no. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to start you on the nebuliser. We will be putting you on the back of the ambulance while we continue the treatment. We'll see how you respond to the nebuliser. No. What we're going to do is continue with the treatment. We're going to continue with the treatment on the ambulance. We'll see how you respond to the nebuliser, and we'll take it from there.
Believe me.
All right.
All right after that.
I know.
If Mark's not going to take any excuses, her daughter's definitely not.
Excuse me. Give her the nebulizer.
Yeah, she's having it, don't worry.
I'll be okay.
Let's pop this on you. Watch your glasses.
Take the glass.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Can I just pop that down there? I don't want you to talk. I just want you to keep taking that in. All right. How's that breathing feeling now? Yeah. You know, if we fix you, we charge you double. Is that all right?
That's okay.
That's okay?
As long as I live.
Yeah. I think you'll live today. Okay. You just sit tight then. This is not saying you're going to hospital, but we're going to pop you onto that bed, wheel you down to the ambulance. We're going to do some more checks and give chance for this nebuliser to work. All right? Okay.
I'm very proud of you guys.
Oh, well, we do our best, my love. We do our best.
My 50 years of labour has not gone in vain.
Yeah, no. She's going to go on the bed. She's going to go on the bed.
I can walk, yeah.
You go on the bed. You look taller in the car. Nice and steady. That's it. I'll see you down at the ambulance, Miranda, all right?
It's all smiles now, but it's been a worrying episode for Miranda's daughter.
I came to the supermarket and she told me to please lock the doors so she's safe inside. But when I went inside, I don't know if she couldn't breathe properly or she was too warm, but she couldn't open the car door. She panicked. So she was beeping the horn and banging on the window. So someone must have called the ambulance and they called me on the loudspeaker. So she's a lot better now. Good sense of humour, but I wish she'd do what they say.
And it's a first for Mark.
I've never been out to anybody that's been locked in a vehicle before. Obviously, she would have been able to open the door. I think it's the fact that it's not her car, she wasn't familiar with it, and she's just panicked. Obviously, it's not advisable to lock anybody in the car, or if you're going to do so purely for security reasons, I think they need to be aware of how to open the door. But all's well that ends well. She's recovered, so yeah, turned out a good job. Do you want to grab a wing? Yes. Come on then.
Miranda decided not to go to hospital,
All right.
but had a gallant escort to take her back to her daughter's car.
You sure you're all right?
I'm fine.
Jolly good.
Christine had broken her nose, and when she hit her head, she also broke 2 of her teeth, which have had to be removed. Mark spent the day in hospital having various tests done, and has since made several visits to epilepsy clinics. But doctors have yet to find any cause for his seizures. And Miranda made a full recovery and no longer stays locked in the car while her daughter's shopping.